Pre-Algebra, topic 4, review. Let's review our topic now. On page 265, we have this first page of review, starting with the topic essential question. How can percent show proportional relationships between quantities and be used to solve problems? So we want to summarize the entire topic. Looking back to our topic, what have we learned? We learned about percent. We learned about ratio. We learned about how to set up equation using proportion. We learned about different methods to solve problems that involves all the different kinds of percents, right? So first of all, what is a percent? Let's start by explaining what percent is, and then we can explain how to solve problems involving percent. So a percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. And so what is this ratio? Yeah, if this ratio is equivalent to another ratio in a problem, you can often solve the problem by setting the ratios equal to each other and solving the equation. Okay. So what kind of problems can we use this method in? Well, what kind of word problems did we look at in this topic? So we looked at a lot of different types of word problems, right? We looked at problems that have discounts and figuring out the prices with a tax or a discount. And then we also looked at interest with simple interest. We looked at problems involving tips. Commissions are when you are part of the sales person and then you get a percentage of the total sale. And then fees, percent increase and decrease, percent error. Okay, my typing is really slow right now, so please wait a moment. Okay, there we go. So again, using percentage, we can use problems. We can use it to solve problems like a discount problem, sales tax problem, simple interest, tips, commissions, fees, percent increase and decrease, and percent error problems. So let's review our vocabulary. Let's look at our vocabulary bank. We have markdown, markup, percent change, principal, simple interest. Obviously, we have learned a lot more vocabularies and have used a lot more vocabulary in this topic, but these are some of the most important vocabs in this topic. So let's look at the table and look at the definition. And fill in the blanks. We're going to write some examples looking at our vocabulary word, and then we'll look at a word problem as an example. So let's look at number 1. A blank is a decrease from the original price of an item to its sale price. So it's a decrease, it means it goes down. And it's not just any change, it's not just an interest, it's not the principal amount, it's a markdown price, right? So yeah, the markdown is a decrease from the original price of an item to its sale price. What's an example of a markdown? For example, if you want to buy a t-shirt and a t-shirt costs t-shirt with an original price $20 is marked down 20%. And so it's going to be how many? 10% of 20 is 2. So 20% would be $4. So now it's $16. It is an expensive t-shirt, but maybe it's a popular one. Okay, let's look at number 2. Let's see. The accuracy of a measured or estimated value compared to its actual value is described as the blank. The accuracy. So if we're talking about accuracy, what are we talking about? And how much it's deviated from that. That is the percent error. I don't know why you don't have a percent error in this word bank, but that really should be. I'm gonna add another word. Percent error. Weird. Yeah, percent error should be another vocab that should be there, and number 2 is actually a percent error. Okay, number 3. An initial amount of money that is deposited in an account is called a blank. So you start with the blank amount. It's the principal amount. Okay, good. And then the last one, let's do an example. Let's do examples later after we finish this. Number 4, the blank describes how much a quantity has changed relative to its original amount. So compared to the original one, you're looking at the change. It's the percent change. Yay. And then let's look at some examples. So number 2, what would be an example of percent error? Well, give me a percent error. So what is an actual value and the estimated value that you might want to think about? So maybe we can think about temperature, right? So when we predict that the temperature okay, let me handwrite because I think that's faster than typing in this program that I use. So when we predict that the temperature is going to go up 4 degrees and actually goes up to how much percent error is 4 compared to 2. 100%, right? The error is 100%. The percent error is 100% because we estimated 2 degrees more, and 2 is actually how much it actually went up. So let's look at principal amount. So for example, if you have an initial of $1,000 into the bank, you get an interest of 1%, and you add the 1%, and you get $1,010, right? And then so your principal amount is this. This is the principal amount. Okay, number 4, the percent change describes how much a quantity has changed relative to its original amount. So an example of a percent change would be when you have a cup of water, right? And then you had, let's say 200 milliliters of cup of water. And then you drank some of them. And you drank, let's say 15%. And so the percent change is 15% decrease. And then how much do you have now, right? So this is 100%. And so 15% would be 2 times 15, 30 milliliters. So you subtract 30 milliliters and you get 170 milliliters. So this is how much we have left. The percent change is this. Okay, good. Now let's look at the vocabulary in writing. Buyer deposits $500 in a savings account with a simple interest rate of 1.3%. How could you use this information to find the interest she would earn in 4 years and determine the percent change in her savings account? Yeah. So what's the principal amount? 500. Simple interest rate, 1.3. How do you use this information to find the interest you will earn in 4 years? So I want you to pause the video and solve it by yourself. If you don't remember how to solve it, please go back to the lesson, look back through the topic and figure it out. It's the simple interest, use the simple interest lesson, okay? Come back when you're ready for answers. Okay. Are you ready? Don't remember, for those of you who don't remember, you're going to look back in lesson 4-6. So in lesson 4-6, you have simple interest problems. If you look at example 1, you'll see the explanations of the simple interest, principal, and the interest rate with the equation here. Okay, so you're going to use this equation. Interest amount is equal to interest rate times principal, which is the same as our percent equation here. Part is the interest amount is equal to percent, which is the interest rate, times the whole, right? So we're going to use that equation. We have the principal amount, the whole, and then the rate. We want to figure out the part. And you want to find the part, the actual interest amount. But this is for 1 year, right? So you have to multiply 4 years after you figure out this. So S is equal to principal amount, percent, the rate, times the principal, right? So this is S stands for the simple interest amount. And so rate is 0.013 in decimal, and the principal amount is 500. And so you multiply that, and you get Let's see. You get 3,000. No. You get 6.5. Yeah. And then you multiply 6.5 times 4 is going to be exactly 26. So in 4 years, she would earn $26. He will earn $26 for his interest in 4 years. And then, yeah, determine the percent change. So 26, we know that in 1 year it's going to be 1.3%, right? But how much percent is 26 compared to your principal amount 500? You just need to divide 26 by 500 to get the percent change, right? So 26 divided by 100 would be 0.052, and in percent, that is 5.2%. Yeah, his percent change is 5.2%. Okay, so that's an example of how you would solve a percent problem. So I hope this was a good review of the topic. I want you to solve the rest of the practice problems for review in the next few pages here. Okay, so please solve until 268. All right, great job, guys. We're almost until the end of topic 4. Let's wrap up this topic smoothly. Bye.